of directors, and apparently the president of my fan club, Patty Adamari. And I just want to say that it's been a long ride. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like I just did this thing a few months ago. I can't. I wrote something. Well, I started in 1989 as a scorekeeper for Pelham Travel Soccer. And then in the fall of '91, I was a scorekeeper for the league, for Westchester. Tom Munna was the president, and after him, Jack Loftus was the president. That was the days I'd go to the board meeting, but I couldn't vote, so I'd just draw pictures and listen. And then I met Barry at a WYSL meeting, and he was the treasurer of the league, and I was the scorekeeper. And him and I, little did we know the kismet of it all, that he would soon be the president of the league, and I was the registrar, the first time in a real office in the K building in New Rochelle. I've never left. I started on the 4th floor, and then eventually got up to the 12th, and then now I'm on the 2nd. I took Barry's old office. As soon as he left, we grabbed it, because he has the window view. And the fire engines, you don't miss those right there. But anyway, Marianne Molino was the registrar a little before me, and she kept urging me to take it on, and I always said, no, I don't want to do this. So they appointed some woman to do it, and she had an office in Rye. One of the coaches had a barn, apparently, and she had this office in Rye, and there was this mysterious wastebasket fire, and then she was out, and so Marianne asked me, would I do it? And I said, sure, with fear and trepidation. So I took it on, and those were the days. I'll never forget. Barry and I were up in the 4th floor. Barry, remember? He came there, and he had his book, and we had this old book with lines and stuff, and we were actually, like writing pass numbers for the kids. The passes, how we did it. We wrote passes. And before that, it was being done in Marianne Molino's kitchen. Now we had an office, but we were still just like inventing numbers, trying to keep everything straight. Can you imagine? I mean, those were the Stone Age days. And, I was still sending out the scores to the president. I was mailing out the scores. There's the snail mail. And all the referee reports would come in, and I would have to go through every one of them, and all the red cards and everything, and all of the sportsmanship scores. I'd have to calculate everything. It was just an incredible amount of work. It really was. I can't imagine, how we did it all. But then I had Biffy from Larchmont. She was the registrar for Larchmont, and she was very computer savvy. So her and I got together, and we actually made the first database for the league, and everything started to become computerized. But then, what happened then? Then, it was just a gradual thing when we got into LSS, the registration system, and registration now was done online, and then Rip became president. And he was just a fireball. I mean, just like, watch out, this Rip's here. And he took it by the hand. I mean, he made it happen. And everything became automated, everything. Just referee reports, just everything. It's just amazing how much progress has been made in 15 years. It's just like, it boggles my mind. And then the next thing, which I can't wait, is for when the passes get made with the pictures, There's some company out there I know that does that. And we're going to get that to happen one day, you know what I mean? So I will no longer have to laminate the passes. Yeah. And then what will I do? But that's the thing, there's always something to do. It's just like it's very little downtime, and there's always stuff happening. And what else am I going to say here? I just want to thank, basically, everyone involved. I want to thank all the registrars who put up with me, and and understood, that I just want a high level, of performance. I mean, they get me after a while, they know. They have to read the letter. That's the thing. I send out this letter. I just want them to read it, you know what I mean? And I think they're starting to get it, and if they don't read it, God help them. But, because that's the least they can do, I think, But, no, basically, all of them are good. They try. I mean, it's a learning curve. And then the thing that's frustrating is, you get used to one, and then 3 years later, boom, they're gone. And then there's somebody else. And it's like, oh, God. And I just hope that they train them so I don't have to. But, eventually it turns out that I have to. So, whatever. But I must say that in the old days, and it's not too long ago, the office at registration time, it was a nightmare. I mean, there were like 10 people, and I was all frustrated. Who's going to come first, and what's going to happen? And everybody's saying, and now it's like a well-oiled machine. I mean, everybody's got appointments. They're in, they're out. The next guy doesn't overlap unless somebody screws up. But it's very, very good. I mean, I must say, there's not much waiting. And so I want to thank the registrars, and I want to thank the presidents, because, of course, without you, none of this could happen. I know you don't interact with me much, but you get my little emails, right? Right? I know I don't bother you too much, do I? I mean, I don't want to overdo it. I just want to say what I need to say. And the other person I want to thank is, of course, Angela. I fought her tooth and nail. I didn't want anybody in that office. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I randomly, pretty much independently, by myself. I liked it like that. It was my domain. They call me the soccer goddess, the queen of soccer, the soccer Nazi, whatever. I accept it all. I know it's all true. But in those days, God help Angela. I mean, she came in. I didn't want her. I mean, I thought I could do it all. I really did. But over the years, I mean, she's just proven that, thank God she does the stuff I don't want to do. She does the finances, she does the web, she does all of the stuff. She does the referees, she does all the checks. I mean, they wrote me into the finances. I mean, I do have to do some of that. But, I don't mind, because she does the bulk of, she does her thing, I do mine. We get along great. We have a perfect relationship, and I'm really fortunate and lucky to have Angela. And I want to give her an applause right now. Everybody. Angela's an angel. So what else am I doing? Basically, too, here, I want to, Manny, would you get off the BlackBerry?
I'm actually recording you.
Oh,
but
you are?
yeah, I can bring.
He's being a good son. Okay? So don't worry.
Well, listen, Tessie, I'm going to ask you. Bring me that little bag that's on the table. Yeah, I want to show everybody. Before I forget, I just want to show you, because I always try to get something unique in the trophies and everything. So we've got this little trophy this year. See, it lights up. See, do you like this? See, isn't this nice? Always try to. You can't really see it in the light. You got to look at it in the dark, but. I always try to get something unique that the kids would enjoy, and not just throw it in the garage and collect dust. So, do you agree that this is nice? You like it? I just want to give you to show you what you're going to get later. But basically, I'm thanking everybody, but I also want to thank my kids. I want Raman and Manny to stand up, because without them, I wouldn't have done any of this. It was them. I spent all my weekends drinking hot chocolate and going to